All right. Good morning. Let me get this up. Perfect. And then what I'll do is I'll get this. All right. Sweet. And hopefully a few people in here. Make sure the mic's working good. You guys can see the screen all right. Should be able to. Morning, Dustin. You can hear me all right? Perfect. I just had to double check with this because I had like a streak of like 2 times I hopped in here. Stuff was not working, whether it be my mic or the stream or whatever it might be. Morning, John. How you doing, man? How are you doing? All right, I think today is going to be just from the sneak peek I did, looking at some posts. I think today is going to be quite a TLM day. It's a little low. Something like this should be good. IWM is going to have that sort of supply in the middle. I don't love that. Yeah, probably won't even throw that on there. Goog kind of has a similar thing. It's going to have that supply right in the middle. Those are always a little tougher to trade. Let's see, NVIDIA looks good. I like that. Amazon has a supply in the middle. So we will pass. Microsoft. Decent close. Like that. Meta. Ugh. Don't love that close. We might still be able to get decent risk reward, even with taking our profits there. I'll go down here though. We'll keep an eye on it. Meta is one of those ones where you don't necessarily need a full rotation just because of how profitable the contracts can be, just because they move so fast. AMD should be pretty good. Tesla is not going to be here for TLM. We're kind of at that retrace level though, so that could be an interesting play. I feel like a supply and demand, be more of a swing trade, sort of a longer term thing. Shouldn't say longer term, maybe like a couple days it'd probably take. But outside of that, I mean, we do have demand down here, which could be interesting. So we keep an eye on that. We can throw it here. So if the market is trending well, it could be something we look for a bounce off that demand. Amazon's going to have that supply right in the middle. TSM, if we got a good close, not my favorite. Throw that here as well. Oracle, same kind of thing. Decent close. Could be good. I think we'll throw that in secondary for the time being. Might get moved up. 15 people already. Good morning, everyone that hasn't said it. Hopefully you guys are good. Get that over. All right. MU. Pretty good, pretty good. Morning, Mark. How you doing, man? Oh, Mark, that reminds me. I need to look at something. Let me see. Oh, no, should be good. Okay. Sweet, sweet. All right. Hood is going to have supply in the middle, unfortunately. Coin is going to have a little bit of that. Decent close, though. So we'll throw that in secondary as well. Hims had some wild looking price action yesterday. I think if Hims got above this and we got a pullback off it, maybe. But it's definitely not my favorite. Definitely not my favorite. So we'll skip over that for the time being. SoFi will have supply. Roblox will have supply as well. Also kind of opening in an interesting spot here. We'll probably pass on this. Trying to think. It's a decent move. We could get in somewhere around here. It's gonna be bad. I probably won't watch it. We have a lot of other stuff to watch, but Shop's gonna have supply in the middle, so we'll pass on that. Visa's a little different in the sense this one's actually a little interesting. A little bounce from supply there, maybe. We'd have to have our stop down here, though, more than likely. Which would mean even if we got in like around here, let's say. Okay, we could get risk reward. Still not my favorite. We'll keep an eye on it, though. Oh, I'm going to butcher your name. Clack? I think. We'll go with that. Good morning, man. How you doing? Morning, John. How are you, man? How are you doing? Mar looks pretty good, actually. BA with supply there. Starbucks gonna have kind of the same thing. A lot of times I would look to trade something like BA, like maybe waiting to get above the high and getting a retrace off it. But with so many options today, I just don't really feel the need to spend some time looking at that. Uber could be good. I don't love where it's opening, because that means we're gonna have to come down a little bit, but we'll keep an eye on it. AVGO is kind of the same thing. I don't even know if this is going to actually move down at all. Okay. Should be, I mean, very quick watch list, but should be interesting. What I'll do, let me get a screenshot of this. Throw that out here. All right. Perfect. Send this to the county's 10. Gotcha, man. Gotcha. All right. Should be an interesting day today. We kind of have like one sort of bias we're looking at, and that's like long with TLM. So if that fails, or if that just doesn't happen, we don't really have any other plays we'd be looking at. The only other thing is on something like NVIDIA, maybe. Well, NVIDIA kind of already hit that supply. Anything here that like hit a supply zone and now has kind of pushed its way below the lows. Trying to see if there's anything that's done that. Doesn't look like it actually. That already hit. That already hit. Okay, maybe not. And BA, I guess, is technically a decent example. Just something that hit those lows or hit that supply and then came down. If it breaks these lows, it could be interesting. Was there yeah, there wasn't really supply and demand off of that supply zone yesterday. Didn't really have a low to break. Something like Starbucks could be interesting if the market does start to kind of look short. Which could happen today. Should be an interesting day. CHW might hit supply today. Let's see. Charles Schwab. Oh yeah, looks like it's gonna go past the supply and move to that one. How are their contracts? Let me look at that. I don't think I've ever actually even traded Schwab. Let's see. Yeah, pretty wide spreads. 20, 30 bucks a contract in some of these. It's not the worst thing, but not the worst, not the best. $34 people. Good morning, everyone. We will see where this goes. I'll probably just send an alert on here. We'll see if that goes up and hits it. Realistically, though, if Schwab goes up to supply, we'll probably be looking bullish for the overall market. So we'd have to see a pretty solid reaction off of that supply. Unless it's something that happens later in the day, then I could see it if we kind of make a slow trek up to it. Then that would make sense. But if it happens quickly, I don't think it'll be something we can necessarily trade unless we get a good reaction. But we will see. We will see. Had a good start to the month yesterday, so just trying to play it more patient, really. I should have taken that meta trade yesterday, man. I was looking at it all morning, but I hate being in kind of conflicting trades because I was already short in Q. So I didn't want to go long on meta. I hate doing that. It was it always makes me feel like I'm just gonna go 1 for 2, and then it's kind of just a wash most of the time. Snipe short yesterday. Yeah, I like that QQQ setup, man. News made me a little nervous about it, but I don't know. It looked really strong to the short side. I wrote it to the perfect, like the literal perfect time. If I had held it for 5 more minutes, it would have reversed. Marco went very much down. I'm talking about bullish if I was talking about Schwab in specific. Schwab is opening higher. So I was saying if we get up to the supply, then we'd be looking bullish for probably at least this, if not the overall market will look bullish. Like for a lot of this stuff to look bullish, it doesn't really have to do much. I mean, yeah, we gap down, but like if SPY rotates through TLM, it's gonna be bullish. Wait for double confirmation on QQQ to short, but reverse it to pro. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't. For me yesterday, I just didn't see the need for like more than the confirmation we had. Um, just because that overall trend is still technically down, so I felt okay about it. And structurally, it was a really solid trade. It made a lot of sense. Um, but yeah, yep. No worries, Bob. No worries. Yeah, we'll see where it goes today. Could end up being one of those days where we gap down and just kind of rally the rest of the day. Honestly, wouldn't shock me to see your trades as you make them. Like on the lives, I just kind of draw them out. I don't share my Thinkorswim or anything because I do it on my phone. So I can't show you me like actually executing them. But I draw the trades out and kind of talk about what I'm thinking. Pretty much showing gap down. Yeah, it is. It is indeed. Gap downs on most things. The only thing I didn't see a gap down on was Schwab, actually. Morning, Adam. How you doing, man? How are you? But yeah, all these TLM trades are going to be a little more risky today because of the gap down. Obviously, that kind of changes in a sense what the market is going to be thinking. With the gap down and breaking a low. The thing I will say about a lot of these is they did gap down, but they didn't break what I would consider the important or strong low here, which would be over here. So a lot of these didn't break that. So I still feel like that trend upwards is something that we could see. So I'd still feel confident about going long. Learning, that's what it's about, man. That's why we do these. So Apple opened with a green candle, which it's done, feels like every day. Mars kind of in the middle still. I'm going to move this down. PLTR opened a little higher, which is nice. Oracle still needs to pop out. Visa could still be interesting. Uber, probably not. Coin, TSM, these are looking more interesting. I don't want to get into anything too fast. So one thing I don't want to do, like Microsoft setting up good structure to the upside, if we can get it. AMD is doing the same thing. Apple has remained very strong in this market, which is very surprising. Tesla might actually go lower. Okay, coin looks strong. Coin looks good. I don't know if I'd necessarily get in on this on just a retrace here. But the problem is if we waited for another break of a high, we'd basically be at our supply level. So that'd be a little tricky. The only worry here is, I guess, bouncing off of the 30-minute. Apple making some good structure. Microsoft, I really like what it's doing, as long as we don't go much lower than we have already. Coin seems strong. PLTR 2. Yeah, same thing, right? PLTR, we kind of want to make it low right now if we can. I don't love this is not a place I'd put a stop. I'd rather have it do like make a low and then come up and break that. I would like that a lot more on PLTR. Basically what Apple's doing. That's what I would like. Well, Apple, you kind of play even safer and just put your, if you entered here, you'd be fine putting your stop all the way at the low. Microsoft, very clean, very, very clean. I like that. Even something like that on Microsoft's good. Coins ripping. Oh, Lord. Great, great. So probably, it's probably a wash then. Would have been good, but I assume it's not going to get a pullback. Let me just look to see. I don't know if this is going to pull back, but yeah, now we'd just be looking for a retrace off of this. I'd be fine just getting in at the break instead of waiting for the 50. To be honest, risk reward's still there. So I'd be okay with that. Apple looks really good as well to me. AMD, that low might be a little too low. Yeah, coin did rip. Wow. TSM looks decent. PLTR ripped. Mara ripped. Oracle never popped out. Meta's ripping. Yeah, there goes Microsoft. Should have just got in at that break. It's unfortunate. Probably won't have much now. Yeah, AMD, we need a pullback here. I don't know if that's... Yeah, I don't think that'll happen. I think Microsoft's probably gone as well. Morning, Frankie. Zoom's giving you an error? Like just in general, or you mean for the lives? AMD just goes. I have a coin. Coin's done. PLTR is done. Mara's done. Oracle's probably done. Uber's probably gone. Meta, I guess, could still be interesting. AMD's done. Nvidia's got some room. Apple's got some room. Microsoft probably done. Yeah. Spy's going. Frankie, but what's that error it's giving you? Like, what is it? Is it on like call that's giving you an error? What's happening with it? M. Garcia, good morning, man. Sandeep, Visa. Yeah, we need more on that. Is everyone trading accidentally sold call? Yeah, that happens, man. Apple kept going. All right, Microsoft's done. Wow. That everything was quick. Literally everything was quick. Like Nvidia on a retrace, maybe. Apple on a retrace, maybe. At this rate, I don't know if any of this stuff's even going to retrace, though. Apple, you could still get pretty good risk reward. NVIDIA. Microsoft would have been so quick. Oh, would have been so quick, man. MU could be good as well. Do you want to get in down here? What are we looking at for stuff? Microsoft pulled up. It might be the play. Get the break of structure. Yeah, it could be. That would be like that. Jeez. There's so many contracts that I would need. $10 spreads, not my favorite. So what's this stuff doing? Apple staying up. That's what MU does here. I just want to see if this stuff starts dumping. I'm my only worry with it. TSM kind of hits supply, so I don't love that. Meta kind of did the same thing. These is just tough because of that, what we did at the end of the day yesterday. I just want to see MU do more. I don't know why. Out the gate this morning, yeah, very fast. Then he'll start Zoom client. Weird. I like that rejection for MU though. Is this thing going to... Oh. Well, that's funny. Some of this other stuff gonna pull back. Like, is NVIDIA gonna pull back? This is why I want to wait on MU. Like NVIDIA, maybe even like QQQ pulls back. That could be interesting. Frankie, I'll have someone reach out to you to help you out with that the best they can, by the way. This would be like $1 stop in NVIDIA. Let's not do that. Let's look at that. Okay, we can look at like that then. We'll see if NVIDIA gets back down here. What's MU doing? Interesting. This is what I'm talking about with Apple, man. Like everything else will get like red candles that start pushing it down. Apple just remains up. I don't know why. And I love it, but I don't know why. Don't know why it's doing that. TSM's kind of at that pullback we would need, but it's just bouncing off where it did. I don't love. Meta's probably done here. MU coming back up. I want to see more pullback there. Yeah, NVIDIA's probably gone. It's gonna break that high. I'm not gonna get the pullback there. MU back all the way up. I think it might be better on MU to look for like another break and then a retrace off that. My only worry with that is I don't know if we're going to get that retrace on the break again. Don't think NVIDIA's too bearish. No, I think it's going to rotate. I think I probably missed it. Not missed it. There's no chance I was ever going to get in with this price action. But like Apple, I probably should have got in. I kind of didn't expect it to rip that quick. Microsoft, I should have been in for sure. But all the other stuff I'm not super worried about. Yeah, NVIDIA's gone. NVIDIA is gone. Why is MU different from the NVIDIA setup? I mean, just structurally and kind of where we end up inside our lines. Like NVIDIA, we weren't looking for kind of the movement till we get past our middle line and looking for a retracement backwards. We've already made, good time inside, but also we've gone further inside. Where on MU, we kind of come in for 2 candle closes and then instantly reject out and make, lower lows. It's the only difference between them. Yeah, NVIDIA's gone. Unfortunate. Kind of got risk reward either way, so I'm not going to say it's the worst thing in the world. Apple's done. John, did you re-enter Apple the correct way or no? Like stuff like this, you'd never get in. TSM works its way back up. AVGO is just gone. Is this off demand? A little bit. Interesting. Yeah, TSM is likely done. I can say TSM on the short side, but I don't know how much I like that. Nope. Yeah. Yeah, basically. It's unfortunate though. Make those mistakes. It happens, man. It happens. Yeah, it sucks. I miss Microsoft, man. I always have to double check my wrist with Microsoft. because I've gotten it wrong before, and Microsoft can screw you real quick. So I always double check it. I shouldn't have double checked it. MU kind of a weak break. Doesn't make me feel great. I would have liked to see, something like this, and then that pullback to go up more than anything. This is just not moving at all. That's completely sideways. I don't know why I still have Apple here. What is the rest of the stuff doing that kept going? The PLTR ripped much further. IWM's kind of still in the middle. So this is what I was worried about on these, is that rejection of supply. Amazon with a good rejection here. Could never be a stop, but rejection. AMD would have been hard to get risk reward. Yeah, the Microsoft trade is going to haunt me. So an Apple waiting for the rotation to get completed. I wouldn't wait for that. I would have taken profit like up here at the supply. Like even right there, you barely would have touched it. Like my stop would have either been here, or my target. I wouldn't have waited for the full rotation there. Staying off doing some yard work. Have fun, man. Have fun. Does not sound like fun, but have fun. Keep an eye on MU. The only thing I'm a little worried about now is that SPY and Q are going to be at supply. If we start to get rejection off that might push something like MU down. Tesla had a really good reaction off demand here. Is that the clean retracement as well? Yeah. That was very clean. Very clean structure there. TSM might push through. Interesting. Something that's usually pretty strong in Visa is not looking strong today whatsoever. Yeah, quick day, man. Very fast. You had to be on your toes today. Very much on your toes. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Again, retracement off this is interesting. I would like a better close on this candle, though. I want to see us close above, not like reject the top. That's what I don't want to see. I don't want to see a rejection of the top. I want to see us close above and look strong. But I don't know if we're going to get that. I don't think we're going to. Just doesn't make me feel super confident. TSM would have never had risk reward on that pullback anyways. Can't be mad at that. The Visa's just not doing anything, unfortunately. Something like Visa, if you go like demand there, you kind of consider like one of these high breaks, your break of structure, you're kind of right at that retracement level. So even like looking at, looking at like a break of structure on today's price action and looking up from there, have your stop below here and kind of look for, move up. You're not really playing TLM, you're playing more supply and demand with that. But yeah, like this is, to me personally, I don't love that. I don't love what MU is doing. I just don't like that wick above. Keep waiting for a pullback on SPY. I don't know if we'll get that. We already are kind of we're at supply anyway, so even on a pullback, it's not the best look. Basically already did its rotation. I just kind of have them up here because I'm watching them in terms of trying to get a feel for the market. Yeah, this is not fantastic. Really wanted a better break there. Just didn't get it. This could still totally work. I'm not saying it's not going to work. It's just for me, it's not very convincing. Not very convincing at all. But I believe we're right at that 50. Yeah, the 50 is literally on the line. So a trade like this, I think, is still a good trade. I wanted a better break. I really did. I didn't think, until it really did, I didn't think it was actually going to happen that quickly. That's why I was looking for retraces on things that already kind of broke structure. So I didn't really think it was going to, Bob, to be honest. I mean, a lot of times we do get those, on gap downs, we get kind of those gap fills that happen pretty quickly, but I didn't think it was going to happen that fast. That's one thing I'll say. A lot of stuff rotated, like a lot of stuff on our watch list rotated without even giving you really a valid stop, never mind a retracement. So looks like we're kind of rejecting that bottom level, which is good for MU. We'll see though. This would be such a fine trade to me if we just got that better break. Big red candle on SPY and Qs. I didn't see that. Not really. I think MU probably is the best potential play right now, but I just want to see a better break of this previous high, and we didn't get that. And that just makes me not super confident to get in. But nothing else that's out there that's anywhere close. Like Visa could have a decent buy opportunity if it starts moving a little bit, but that's really the only thing that's out there. To me, I should say. Just to me personally. Good rejection there. This is clean. Still at 1.5. Sure, people will take this. If it doesn't hit, we'll know why. But on the flip side, if it does hit, we'll also know why, right? So you do technically break into a new high, technically. For a very short time, you get a new high. So might work, might not. Get this. This is what I would be afraid of. It's just random red candles. MU's had this now once here, 4 times. That's something that when we're talking about like NVIDIA, you don't really see that, right? We have the one here, and then we kind of have that correction candle that doesn't really do much, and then it rotates up. Right, MU, we get it 3 times before we even come into the zone, for a decent amount of time. So big difference there, in my eyes, I should say. I do think we have some stuff happening too. I think I saw someone post at like at 11. Yeah. 11:30 a.m. press secretary gives preview. Trump has a press conference at 4. So there's a lot of things that are probably going to shake up the market today. And there goes MU with another big red candle. Exactly what I'm talking about with MU. Yep. Not even that high of volume either. So interesting. See if buyers kind of take it back, but it doesn't look like they will. Tesla would end up being really good, actually. Yeah. I feel like definitely a couple missed trades today, which sucks, but not going to catch all of them. Once you realize that, be a lot happier. Buyers on MU, they might show out. They might just show back up. $48 people here. Anyone take MU? I'm curious. Is anyone in this trade? You are? I see it on the red. No, man. You gotta trust the stop. That's why we trust stops. Exactly why we trust stops. I feel like it's always me saying yes to the question. Yeah. But you trade really well in the sense of like, you don't really let the emotions come in. You just kind of trade what fits your rules, which is the right way to do it. So it's not a bad thing at all. Most of the trades you take are quality setups. Thoughts on SPY? What about it? All it does is go up. If you're looking for a TLM play, we already hit supply. I would not recommend it. You trust my OCO. That's why we have them, man. That's why we have them. And it's assuming MU is going to work. I don't even know if it's going to work. So, I mean, the one thing it does have is it does have good acceptance. So, only good thing here is there's a break of structure with a higher low. Yeah. Yeah, I think structurally it makes sense, right? I personally never have been one that likes buying with like that break of structure being just a wick above. I usually like at least one candle close, but that's just me personally. It's not actually like technically incorrect to consider a wick like that a break of structure in this sense. But for me, I've just found that kind of in back testing the trades I've taken, most of the time when we just get that wick above for the break of structure, for me, it doesn't work out. So stop. Scott, what's specific on SPY, man? Like I said, it already hit supply, so I wouldn't recommend it for TLM. If that's what you're looking for. Usually close the monitor if taking trade. Don't blame me. That's what I tell everyone to do. You take a trade, just step away from your computer, let the OCO work, man. It's going to help a lot in the long run. See where MU goes from here. At this point, like, you really want to see MU make a new high. If MU doesn't make a new high here, that's a little warning. Like I said, we got the wick above. For me, it's just not a trade I take. What's Visa doing? Visa's still moving down. Interesting. Is everything kind of recorrecting, or is everything still moving? No? A lot of stuff is still moving. Interesting. Wow. Everything's still moving well. It's surprising that MU looks as weak as it does when everything else really was ripping. Usually MU's pretty good about staying kind of with everything. So I'm really surprised that it didn't. On Tesla at 261.38. In on Tesla at 261.38. Got in here long, I assume. Target right below 50% line. Target right below 50% line. I mean, like the middle line of TLM? With my rules and risk management should let my runners. I mean, a green day's a green day, man. Can't be upset about that. Runners are very overrated, dude. Most of the time you hold runners, it's going to end up in you just losing money. I stopped holding runners a long time ago. I think it's one of the most overrated things in trading. Unless you're trading like, if you're trading like supply and demand with multiple targets, that's not really runners, but that'd be the only thing. Like runners for TLM don't really exist. Runners is like, the idea behind runners is like, you still have a thought that price is going to continue in one direction, but you feel safe having a target in one place to take a majority of your profits, and you let runners go because you still have, you know, confirmation that price is going to keep going in whatever direction it was. Where on TLM, like the moment it leaves those lines, we don't have confirmation or like an edge or anything that price is going to continue that way. So your runners are basically just a gamble, and that's not really what runners are typically. A lot of people on Twitter, that's how they use runners. It's just a pure gamble, but that's not how they're actually supposed to be. Still supposed to have some sort of bias or confirmation pushing those options or whatever in that direction. Q rate of supply, mu rate of supply, or SPY rate of supply, sorry. Yeah, MU might be one of those trades that takes 3 hours, man. This thing is not moving, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Yeah, didn't make a new high either. Yeah, I just don't really feel confident in this. I really don't. I was kind of thinking if it came up and made a new high and retrace off of that I'd be interested, but it doesn't look like it's going to do that. So, yeah, I mean, outside of that, man, like, I think the best play today was probably Microsoft, honestly. So we'll see where the market goes from here. I have a feeling there's going to be some correction like we're getting right now. So I'll be curious to see where a lot of this stuff ends up in, let's say, the next couple hours. It'd be interesting to see. But yeah, I don't really have much else for you guys, unfortunately. Everything happened pretty quickly. So sucks, but you have days like this. So yeah, I mean, I know we were up at something like 50, 60 people today, so appreciate you. Microsoft didn't have any retrace. Yeah, I wasn't looking for a retrace. I was just going to buy the breaker structure. And then once it happened too fast, then I was looking for a retrace, but obviously it never happened. But yeah, I didn't need a retrace there at the beginning because breaker structure would have been enough for, good risk reward. So, but yeah, appreciate you guys. Yeah, for just the YouTube guys, we'll have one next Wednesday, and then Freedom Team guys, I'll see you Friday for the live. So yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, and I will talk to you guys soon.